now, Whizcal?
Whizcal. This is my favorite. This is my favorite. It's my firstborn. All parents' firstborn is naturally their favorite. I'm the lastborn, so I feel that too. But no, Whizcal is like a super unique spirit for us, and when I conceptualized it, the way that we produce it basically is we bring in wild agave. We then smoke that on site with bourbon barrel pellets. So we take a bourbon barrel, grind it down. So when after fermentation, it's a bourbon oak smoked mezcal. So it's a little bit different flavor profile than what you get from a traditional mezcal. And obviously we're not in Mexico, so we can't, it's a smoked agave spirit technically. And then we blend it in with our 3-grain whiskey at low wines and then redistill it through our pot stills to get a vapor blend in the product. So 2 spirits, evaporate, recondensate as a brand new type of spirit. And then it sits in a bourbon barrel for 1.5 years for our reposado, which is what we're drinking. And about 1 year we'll have our añejo coming down. That'll be a 3.5 year to 4 year product. And that's phenomenal. And this was initially going to be, kind of a lighter, shorter aged product. And then it took on a whole life of itself. And when we first started producing it, it just hit all the notes for me. Had the sweetness of agave, the smokiness, but like a gentle smoke, not as pungent and pronounced as you'd get from a mezcal, in my opinion. And then the foundation of the grain-based spirit really laid the groundwork for a good cocktail, no matter what it's in. So this is our firstborn and my favorite, if I have to say.
Well, cheers to that.
Cheers.
Mm-hmm. Cheers. And it's 100 proof, so it is cocktail forward. It's designed to be in a cocktail. A plethora of cocktails, does well in all of them.
But it's delicious on its own. Mm-hmm. It's so sweet. I mean, the smokiness actually adds to it, but it doesn't detract from it either.
Yeah.
Where I feel like sometimes when you're getting into too much smokiness, it takes away. This doesn't. It adds.
Yeah, my inspiration was, so I used to work with a nonprofit called Positive Legacy. That's actually one of our nonprofits that we continue to support through this company. I was a grant manager for just under a decade, about 9 years. And I worked in Mexico a lot. We did a lot of international projects down there. I ended up becoming friends with a group of Mexicans, bought some land down in Tulum. We'd go out to these mezcalillas, and I never found one that I liked. It was always like, hey, try this one, and I was like, okay, I'm kind of ready to go have a beer or a margarita or something. And then, so my buddies, when I was launching this distillery, they're like, well, why don't you just go home and make your own mezcal? You can call it the Gringo Mezcal. And I was like, that's a great idea, actually. So I started conceptualizing it, and on the flight home, I came up with the name Whizcal, which is a whiskey mezcal, mashed together, and we got through trademarking, and once we got through trademarking, we're like, okay, there's a path forward. We just need to figure out the recipe and the formulation and how we're going to do it. And it took us quite a barrier to get through the TTB part of it. They didn't really understand what it was or how we were doing it and all the steps. So it was quite a process with that. But once that's done, and then we started pouring barrels out, and I was like, holy cow, this is the next thing. And I love it. It's something I can drink multiple times, have multiple cocktails of, and I'd never get tired of it.
I don't think I've ever tasted I haven't tasted anything like this.
No. When we went to that fly fishing expo, is this what we had? They had it there?
They did, because it was over at an event center, and that was our first taste.
That was our first taste of...
It was, yes.
And it wasn't an old-fashioned?
It wasn't an old-fashioned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does really good in the old-fashioned. The Lincoln Center actually has, we did some
It
barrels
was the
for
Lincoln
them.
Center. Oh,
Is it there?
my gosh.
Yeah, we made those barrels. They do barrel-aged old-fashioned, which I don't know if you guys have ever done a barrel-aged anything, but you just make a cocktail in a barrel and let it sit, and it gets more and more maturated and incorporates a little bit more of the wood. And yeah.
We did pair it with like a potato chip that night, but it was quite delicious.
That's a tough combination.
It worked. It worked so well.
The smokiness.
It was wonderful, and I do like this on its own. I know it. You could definitely. I've had this in cocktails. It's amazing, but on its own.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's key to any distillery. Like from when I start to distill, it starts coming out around 165, 170 is when we really start our collection. And if you can't taste it at that point and have a smooth taste, or it tastes over alcohol or sharp, or has like a chemical flavor or a burn, any type of off flavors, you should be able to taste your run through every proof in the final product. At 100 proof, it shouldn't be, oh my gosh, that's it burns. It should be, that's high on the alcohol, but the flavor's there and the smoothness is there. So I think as long as you're really keying up on your practices and when you're actually distilling and you run your equipment properly, at any proof you should be able to drink that alcohol.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of, obviously higher proof is going to burn more because it has higher alcohol, but it still should be smooth. It should be flavorful. You should be able to get all the characteristics from it. It doesn't have to be 80 proof to, taste it and be like, yep, that's good. At 100 proof, we can sit here and sip this. And,
Absolutely.
I want to ask a little bit too about the bottle. There's something unique. You can scan the QR code.
So what we wanted to do with WhizCow is really create a product that utilizes all of the resources available to us. And one of those is an augmented reality label, which a few brands do, and not very many. And essentially, for somebody that doesn't know what it is you can point your phone at it, and it activates a code within your phone, and it comes to life. Some brands use an app to do that. We didn't find that to be a viable option for us. So what we did is we had one of our investors, Writes Code. He created essentially the label and the horse and rider will pick up as a QR code and come to life. And there's a full story. It was my first narration I ever wrote, first story that I ever wrote, along with plot lines and what the animation is going to be. And our graphic designer, Jordan Dean, shout out, did an amazing job creating all the animation to it. We had a voiceover come in and do all of the narration parts of it.
True freedom is found where borders are not. When the unforgettable experience of something new is at your fingertips. WhizCow, the perfect union of White Dog whiskey and smoked Mexican agave spirit. Every drop embodies the grit of the West. From the desert where our agave is born to the Rocky Mountain peaks where we source our water. On the Colorado Front Range grows a hardy variety of barley, wheat, and oats, producing flavors as bold as the terrain it endures, and the finest White Dog whiskey known to man. Meanwhile, deep in the dry lands of southern Mexico grows wild agave, the foundation for a complex spirit. The nectar is slowly cold smoked to create the most balanced spirit possible. It's in their bond a borderless spirit is born. A perfect pairing of two North American spirits, never seen before. Some say heaven is impossible to describe. We say it's found where borders are not known. A one-of-a-kind spirit, an all-new experience. WhizCow, a borderless spirit. Enjoy among friends.